Good evening, Greg Synn here, Inside Account Executive for the Pac Northwest, Team Eric Watson. Here's my CloudWAF sales micro pitch. Hope you enjoy it. It's no surprise today that organizations are facing a lot of bad traffic alongside their legitimate users as they try to scale their businesses. On our network at Imperva, we're seeing upwards of stats creeping to almost 50% in terms of traffic that's malicious. Nearly half of all the traffic out there that's malicious. Let that soak in for a bit. Pretty crazy. But for a lot of organizations, there's a lack of skilled security resources to deal with the influx of bad traffic, unfortunately. And more specifically, the weeding out of good and bad traffic and differentiating from that, of course, even with a WAF in place. And of course, when it comes to WAFs, not all are as effective as you need them to be. Not all are created equal. In fact, you may be still dealing with a lot of manual work, a lot of fine tuning, chasing alerts, paying a lot of money for professional services. F5, I'm talking to you. In fact, almost half of organizations are not using their WAF in blocking mode, which pretty much renders them useless. And for more and more conversations with our customers, we know that the percentage of WAFs in blocking mode actually gets a whole lot closer to 90% in the real world. And if you're talking about on-prem solutions alone, but detection mode defeats the point of a WAF because you're leaving yourself open to a lot of risk by not blocking threats as soon as they become available, become known, and become detected. It's no wonder that there's a broader wish from security professionals to have a WAF that they can trust, do its job, with almost over 70% wanting a WAF that's capable of doing that and more as an inherent part of a comprehensive application security solution set, including integrating security directly into the application DevOps process. No matter what solutions you may have in place, though, whether you have a WAF or not, next generation Palo Alto Firewall, the fact is over 90,000 websites are still being hacked every day. With no WAF at all, you're basically accepting the risk that all brings, of course. And if you do have one, but you're not relying on a lot of manual controls because you don't have your WAF in blocking mode, of course, that of course equals a lot less accuracy in stopping threats, which of course ultimately is going to increase your risk. Being without a way to easily adjust your WAF to adapt to a particular environment sets you up for potentially getting a lot of false positives. And of course, included with false positives is legitimate traffic. And that's where people start typically turning off their WAF. They get complaint after complaint that their legitimate traffic is being blocked, effectively rendering their WAF completely useless. Moreover, it's becoming even harder for security to keep up and stay on top of everything in the face of DevOps, the speed of DevOps and the agility around DevOps, which has quickly taken us way beyond the monolithic application architecture. Security practices and procedures in general are still very much pre-DevOps today, with most security teams not yet adjusted to the realities of a post-DevOps environment. Applications are outpacing security. Tons of applications added to the cloud daily, each requiring multiple and ongoing updates because there simply isn't enough time to spend debugging and remediating that code. And these applications contain a vast amount of third-party code. That's party you do not own. Most organizations have to rely on that, of course, to grow their businesses and keep up with the quote-unquote Joneses. Code that can't be fixed, only patched, and only at the speed at which the vendor makes it available, which could be months or even years, leaving you at the mercy of that specific vendor. To address these problems, what we find our customers need is always on protection, with the freedom to allow their security staff to focus on just the most critical security incidents without getting bogged down by a lot of manual work that a WAF relying on open source security creates. They need a way for security to be able to catch up to the DevOps process in order to have security enable the business with automatic policy creation and fast rule propagation. And while you can never fully eliminate risk, you can certainly minimize it by mitigating third-party vulnerabilities automatically with a managed service that provides out-of-the-box protection backed by a team that stays up to date on all the latest security threats. One of the most knowledgeable, experienced teams in the industry today, 18 plus years of experience when it comes to cybersecurity threats and mitigating those. So at Imperva, our world-class SaaS-based WAF is part of an overall edge platform, architected into a singular, scalable security cloud stack that delivers both application security and data security in a single stack in each and every one of our 45 plus Imperva cybersecurity data centers across the globe. With it, we provide the best website protection in the industry. It's PCI compliant, automated security that goes beyond OWASP top 10 coverage, with the comprehensiveness to reduce the risk that using third-party code creates, plus integrated analytics. Imperva's global network literally operates as a quote-unquote secure reverse proxy in the cloud, augmented and alongside our other security services with our globally distributed content delivery network as our backbone. After a simple DNS configuration change to route your traffic and point it through the Imperva network, we are able to inspect each and every request sent to the millions of applications and IPs on our network to filter out any kind of malicious activity at any point of presence in our network. That's 45 plus points of presence globally. We have locations across the globe in order to let good traffic in as close as possible for fast loading websites. More importantly, in order to block bad traffic as close as possible and as soon as possible. We're doing this constantly with over 3.5 million bad requests blocked every minute. And of the 1+ trillion requests we analyze on a monthly basis. And of course, each and every one of our 45, I think it's 46 points of presence globally ingests on average 20 petabytes of data per month. All this can be found and validated on our cyber threat index at www.imperva.com/cyber-threat-index. Highly recommended. Imperva CloudWAF is a truly managed service that is a critical component of your overall security posture. We confidently say that. We've been doing this for 18 plus years, 6-time back-to-back Gartner Group leader, multiple-time Forrest Group leader, and the most experienced, knowledgeable, pragmatic team with cybersecurity as their backbone. This is what we've lived, eaten, sweated, bled for the last 18 years to build this world-class multi-cloud, full stack, both DataSec and AppSec security platform. So that said, you can always rely on Imperva CloudWAF to block with accuracy and help your security team to keep up with the pace of DevOps, with CloudWAF as a top-notch security policy enforcement point that prevents any of your vulnerable web applications from being exploited, ultimately allowing your organization to leverage Imperva as a long-term partner and cybersecurity as a distinct competitive advantage moving forward. Just wanted to share a quick CloudWAF customer case study. Can't name the company, but it's a leading technology company. We've seen many customers who have implemented CloudWAF instantly see dramatic changes to the way they manage their application security. With no configuration overhead whatsoever, this tech company seen here was able to have a more hands-off approach to stopping bad traffic, while at the same time ensuring uninterrupted access for legitimate users. They're able to get started quickly with our SaaS-based service that integrates with CDN, advanced bot protection, denial of service protection, API security, and more, without the need to constantly tune and go through any learning mode for the WAF or the need for expensive professional services. Yes, F5, I'm talking to you. All components of our Imperva app security package, including CloudWAF, operate in a single tech stack for app security and delivery consolidation and simplicity, of course, with absolutely zero hardware required and zero hardware footprint. Another customer case study from NTT, Texas. Countermeasures against specific threats have been off our radar in a good sense, and we essentially leave things to Imperva. That's how you rest easy at night, by taking care of making the business of keeping a highly effective cloud-based WAF in place very easy for our customers to manage They tell us all the time that they find relying on our security expertise and accuracy in blocking mode makes their lives so much easier. And of course, their sleep and rest at night, and of course, you know, family time, infinitely better. Don't take my word for it. I'm a sales guy. But how about some of the most trusted, unbiased leading analysts out there in the world today? Gartner, Forrester. I'm not too familiar with cupping Jerkor, I'm not going to lie, but they seem to have a liking for our WAF firewall as well. 6-time leader again, Gartner, Forrester, multiple-time leader for WAF, DDoS, RASP, and bot management. I guess quick slide on how our CloudWAF works, I guess. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but essentially works as a proxy where you point your DNS to our Imperva cloud, and from there we can inspect all your web traffic, including SSL encrypted traffic. We'll have that SSL terminate on our cloud. We'll do all the checks, advanced layer 4 application-based checks, and we'll create a new SSL tunnel to your backend application, and of course traverse the same way on the way out. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And of course, foundation being full REST API based with 100% coverage and open source integration tools such as PagerDuty, Terraform, Splunk, GitHub, ServiceNow. We are available in the Splunk marketplace as well as the AWS marketplace and many others. That concludes my presentation. Thank you so much. Please feel free to contact me for any suggestions. Again, I hope you like my presentation, and for more information on Imperva, always go to www.imperva.com. Thanks. Have a great evening.